What's up? Who?
Goss.
Oh, he was something, wasn't he? He was solid. That I think the most innings he had been this year was 6. Tough to take him out of the game. We thought about taking him out after the 7th, but his pitch count was low, and he was didn't seem to be struggling. Obviously, he was good. So was their guy. It's tough when both guys don't get a W out of that game. What a game Rackley had behind the plate. That was pretty impressive. Not because we won. I was thinking during the game, I'd said the same thing afterwards. Those 2 good pitchers, and of course umpires can be a lot better than guys around the zone like that. He was good.
How solid and that bad is that for Alvarez? Not just against a lefty, but against Miller.
Just a lot of things. Actually Miller's turned in a reverse split guy. I'm not going to pinch hit right-handers off him. He's great against both of them, okay? But you're really not getting an advantage with a right-handed bat there. It's one of the reasons why I ran Nolan. And, with the 3-man bench, there's not a whole lot we can do. But I feel great for Kim. But Pete stuck his nose in there, and you have to against a guy that good. He's one of, if not the best relievers in baseball.
How big a play was that, going to third as decisively as he did on scope single?
Yeah, and, the ball took the center fielder a little away from the target, and being left-handed, too, he had to turn and throw. So, not going to get into Ellsbury's arm or what have you, but, John, there where we were in the order, John's a good bunter, but just missed a breaking ball. He hung him 0-1, but that was a big hit by John, let alone going first to third.
Was it nice to see Britton back in there and back?
Yeah, it's tough because we don't know for sure what we're going to get. I was trying to get an inning out of Darren before we had to go there, and he had 4 days off, and I think getting through that, probably the biggest play of the game, one of it was Matt picking off the guy at second. That really got Zach kind of into the, I came in, I got out of the inning, however it happened, and I thought that kind of picked up his confidence a little bit. Not confidence, just any anxiety he might have had about how he was going to do with the ankle. So that was a big threshold to cross over, see how he feels tomorrow.
In his 3 starts, Gausman has looked stronger and stronger. How much of a lift can he give you guys if he's consistently?
I think everybody. I think any team, but I can only speak for ours. That consistency that you look for, kind of what Chris has brought so far from us, and some of the other guys have pitched well too, at times. But it's tough because when I kept him on 5 days, I thought it was important to him just to get consistently out there now. He fought through some shoulder problems, and just, what he can bring. It also keeps him pitching before the off day, a day before. So I really want to get Kevin into a routine as soon as we can and see if we can get the return that he's capable of.
You mentioned that with a younger guy like Kevin, sometimes the challenge is to get them to realize if a guy that throws hard like that sometimes less is more.
Yeah, tonight was a great example of it. Yeah, early on, if you can expect him to, I knew the first couple of outings he was going to be carrying a lot of fastball because he had a real fresh arm and had done a lot of things to get there. And tonight, y'all saw the first inning or two. It wasn't there, but he was able to go get it when he needed it. I mean, he really pitched tonight. And of course, Matt does a great job with him. And that's track record-wise a really tough lineup to go through. A lot of left-handed hitters, and Kevin command. Was there any point in the game where you felt like he really got out of whack command-wise?
You're not one to overly challenge plays. Did you think you guys saw something on Weeder's?
No, there's nothing to lose there. My question to him was, it is a boundary call. They couldn't answer it first because the boundary call is a crew chief review, and they're saying, well, I think that's only home runs. I said, well, the fence is a boundary. So we had nothing to lose at that point. You're not really losing a challenge. It was close. Ben said he didn't think that it would overturn him, but might as well roll it because you're not losing anything, because from there on out you're still going to get close plays replayed by the crew chief. So once after the tough one, if that had been, say, the third or fourth inning, we wouldn't have challenged it.
You called it probably perhaps the play of the game with Matt throwing him out at second base. Given what he's been through, I mean, how much confidence does he have to in that moment to make?
Oh,
that throw?
that's a split second. Manny made a good play there too, anticipating the secondary lead, because guys are really fighting to a secondary lead, especially a left-handed hitter with the right field being a little shorter, and it's there sometime, but there can be no hesitation there, and there hasn't been, Matt, since day one. In fact, Zach is really hard to throw to bases on. It's tough to get your footwork moving and still catch that ball. And that's just the stolen base that Gardner had. I mean, you can't do one or the other. You got to cheat a little bit with your feet, which is the way they do it. And sometimes that ball, it's just hard to glove it and get it in the transfer. But you can't have any reservations feeling about anything to make that play unless you go there, not recklessly, but with full intent.
On another subject, now that Zach has pitched, can we expect a 4-man bench tomorrow?
I'm going to see where we are with it. I know I talked to Paul some during the day. I talked with where Jimmy Paredes is. There's some other guys, but outfielders, there's some other things. It's something that we're going to talk about when we get done here, see what the possibilities are. I know Paul and them went to hospital tonight to start the inducement, and that takes priority over anything we're doing for me.
Was there Girardi, I guess, was his complaint was about potential balk on
I think so. That's what Ryan thought, said, yes.